Once upon a time, not a time ago, there was a regular house on a regular street where a regular man lived. This man was known as Joe Blow, for that was his name, don't you know? He liked an English breakfast tea and his breakfast crossword formality. He was a man who by all means was plain, but today was an unplain day. Because why? Why, because today was the day that Joe Blow said hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can I come in now?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. Would you like a cup of tea? The kettle just boiled.
No. Better not, you know.
Yes.
Joe did not know.
I'm Joe.
Jane. This your main TV?
Yes.
The one you use mainly?
Yes.
Good.
Wait, no. I might use the one in the bedroom mainly. You know?
Jane did know.
I didn't think of that. This TV shall be fine.
Good. If I may,
Of course.
fine for what?
What's fine for what?
The TV. The main TV. What's it fine for?
Fine to see yourself on. For the speech.
What speech?
The speech to the world, of course.
Of course. Sorry, once more?
The speech to the world?
The whole world.
Well, if it was half the world, I would have said half the world.
Of course.
But I said the world.
Yes.
If I were to order a pizza, they wouldn't ask if I meant a whole pizza.
No.
They would assume the whole pizza.
Of course, yes, no. I see your point. It's funny how they always use pizzas to explain fractions, isn't it?
Funny.
Well, not ha-ha funny, but... funny. Why?
Why what?
Why am I making a speech to the whole world? The world.
Well, why isn't the right question, is it?
Why?
Well, no matter the why, it is happening, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
So not the why.
Or the who.
The who.
The whole.
Well then, when?
In a few.
A few as in two,
Not quite as few as two.
but a few minutes.
Well, not hours. Otherwise, I would be too early.
What do I talk about?
Anything. Everything.
That is a lot. Well, I should probably talk about the world's problem.
Singular?
Multiple, I guess. How long do I have to speak to the world?
A few too.
A few is into?
A few as well.
Right. Well, then I shall talk about the rich and the poor.
Right?
About how it's not good.
The rich or the poor.
Well, both. You can't have one without the other. It's all relative, right?
Right.
But then there's the world.
The one you're speaking to?
The one we're standing on. Wait, I am speaking to the inhabitants of the world, right?
Of course. Not the trees of the world. What good would that be?
So you agree it's for good?
Well,
It must be. It should be. The world. I shall talk about the state of the world. The trees and sea turtles and whatnot. And also, how to fix it.
how do you?
Do what?
Fix the trees and sea turtles and whatnot?
Well, I don't really know. I'm just a man, you see.
I do.
Oh. Oh, I am a man. A white man at that. Haven't I said enough?
You haven't said anything yet,
Yes, but my people, my culture and ancestors and whatnot.
I suppose.
And you?
Me?
You're a woman.
Correct.
And if I may,
You may.
a minority. Well, true, not really a minority because almost 60% of the world's population is Asian, though I'm not a fan of grouping so many races together in assumption they're all the same.
But for the purpose of being in a Western-based society, you and your experiences are those of a minority. So really, it should be you and your experiences.
It should.
It should. But the terrible reality today would pose the question, is a majority's voice in support of a minority more powerful than the minority's voice itself? Is it better to play in on the false ideals of the world to further stop them?
Good question.
But not an answer.
No.
I need an answer.
Okay.
Otherwise there's no point to state the question.
Good point.
Unless it's about stating a question for them to think an answer.
Possibly.
But even if the question is posed, did they dare to think an answer? Hasn't the world posed the question enough? The world being the whole inhabitants and the whole trees, sea turtles and whatnot.
The two holes, yes. Hey, Joe.
Jane!
A few means two.
Ah! I'm still in my dressing gown.
You are?
I should probably go change.
But
No time.
no time.
I'm out of tea. There's just no point.
In tea?
No. I mean, yes. No matter how much I want another sip, there won't be one until I make another tea. And I may have a million reasons to make one. I like the taste, I'm thirsty, it helps divide a barrier of social awkwardness. But ultimately, the only thing that will quench my desire for another sip is if I go make one. So you're absolutely right.
About?
Why isn't the right question? It's because.
Because why?
Because. I'm ready.
Now?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.